What is up, every people? Good to see you here at the Mad Poet Show. Looks like my vocals might be working good. So, hey, apologies for last week. I was having some crazy tech issues. I mentioned that just briefly in my Discord, but want to let people know there was a good reason for that. I am doing well, so everything is good, but I basically... there was no way for my microphone to get back through to you guys, and it was some weird software thing that I found a way around. So yeah, hey, we got a good little crowd going tonight. Thank you very much for coming in, everybody. It's great to see. We got Zine Queen here, says, missed this afternoon. Glad you made this one. I'm also glad you made this one. And yes, I am doing well, thank you. Therese is here, Dr. Gak is here. Excellent. It looks like we might have a few other people hanging out and lurking, and I appreciate everyone for being here. So yes, I do have my platform back. You may notice that the walls are much darker. I painted the room, including the ceiling, and painting ceilings, that's a lot of work. That you're gonna feel that in your shoulders, I'll tell you. So we are making headway on where I want this performance space / studio to be. We're getting there, and yeah, so that. Because of that, I changed the back a little bit, so I've got my 412 cab sitting on the floor again to get a little more action going in the shows, and that is always a good time. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it works pretty well with the lights, and so the next step is going to be these wood walls on the sides are going to get enclosed in blackened out, and it's going to have a big black box here. I'm not sure quite how I'm going to handle the fireplace area. I don't actually need it to function as a fireplace, so that's good. In the event of an emergency, I'll figure something out. But we actually have 2 fireplaces in this house, and we haven't used either of them. But they have been cleaned, and they're ready to go in case we ever need them. So yeah, so work is happening, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm having a good time with it. Welcome, everyone. We are playing my 53rd album tonight. This is called Partially Inexplicable. That first song was called Mistaken Identity, and on this album, it was one of the albums where I was kind of doing more of my silly kind of song titles, kind of got a mix on this one, but this next piece, E Phrygian, I played this album earlier today, and definitely noticed I had a lot of Phrygian going on in this one. This is another E Phrygian thing here, and this song is called Float Like a Rock. Looks like we've got Obscure Mysticism Cults has shown up to the party. Thanks very much for being here. And it says, hope all is well. CD came in. Excellent. Glad you got it. I hope you are enjoying it. You are welcome. And yes, hello to all. If you're just coming in, well, we're kind of at the beginning of the show here. We've only done a couple of songs. I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. People who have been here before have heard me say that before because I say it all the time. Because I just don't shut up unless I stuff in my face with pizza or stuff in my fingers with guitars. Because that's what I do. But yes, we are playing my 53rd album tonight. It's called Partially Inexplicable. That last song was called Float Like a Rock. Obscure Mysticism Cult says, happy it's Friday. I actually got a small bit of downtime before I moved to my new place. Cool. How about myself? I think you're talking to someone else in chat. But yes, I'm also doing well. And yeah, cool. I hope that your move goes smoothly. We moved here to this place just under 2 years ago now. We're just about a month and a half shy of 2 years. And I don't envy people who are moving. It's a lot of work. So I hope that it goes very smoothly and easily for you. I feel like some of my lights are pointing the wrong direction. We'll be fine. So yes, that's what's going on here in the Mad Poet Society tonight. We're playing my 53rd album, Partially Inexplicable. This is a very fun one for me to play. There's just a lot of... It is not one of the more challenging ones, but it's definitely a good time. Yeah, Obscure Mysticism, I was just mentioning that a little bit as I started up the show, that I was having some technical difficulties and was unable to get my microphone to work properly through any kind of broadcast, so had to work that out. Took a little bit, and fortunately I'm up and running again. It was not from any desire to not do a show last week. It just didn't work out. Sometimes those tech problems do happen. So, but tonight, at least so far, those tech issues are not coming up. Hopefully they will continue to not come up. So I'm gonna take a drink of water. I've already had a couple pieces of pizza today, so maybe I should play my guitar a bit. This next song is called... Oh, Mom and Dad are here. Thanks for coming in, guys. Good to see you. This next song is called You Have No Idea. Yeah, notice that the light show looks a little different. It's because I painted the walls. I think that's really actually helping the lights kind of pop out. So I'm looking forward to getting some more of the stuff put in and get this into the black box that I want it to be. And looks like Dr. Gak is out buying raisin bagels. I can't think of anything else that abbreviation could possibly stand for. So good luck with your raisin bagels. When Dr. Gak gets back, we should all ask him about bagels. This album sounds a lot like Roswell. Interesting. That's cool. I like that. Roswell, I know that's one of your favorites, Therese. And I gotta say, I'm pretty fond of the way that one turned out myself. In fact, I was thinking earlier today that I need to pop that one out. I haven't played that for quite a while. So maybe next week we'll do a little Roswell time and get into the alien conspiracy theory stuff. Take a couple of alien urine samples and visit Area 52. See what we can come up with that. But yeah, intrigued. I would not have put together this and Roswell other than just, they both have my style to them. But that's cool. I like the comparison. That's awesome. All right, so when Dr. Gak does get back, you should all ask him about his raisin bagels. All right. And then Dr. Gak will have to wonder, what happened? All right, what do we got coming up here? I'm gonna pick it back up here a little bit. All right, so this one I feel like I'm supposed to say something about Bottom of the Hill. This is coming in on the 5th song. If anyone's just coming in, I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Tonight we're playing my 53rd album. It is called Partially Inexplicable. For anyone who may not be aware of kind of what I do, I play a lot of instrumental metal. I have 64 albums that I have released, and this is one of them. I think this album is a pretty fair representation of the kind of music that I play. Like I said, I thought I was supposed to say something about this next song, but I'm totally drawing a blank on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it. This song is called Bottom of the Hill. That one's deep, Gak. Yesterday's music today is much like tomorrow's music yesterday. Reminds me a bit of the, I don't know if any of you who may be watching tonight are familiar with the band They Might Be Giants. My introduction to They Might Be Giants was at a live performance. Back when I was in the military, I was close to getting out of the military. My buddy Scott, who's a friend of mine to this day, took me to the End Fest. The End is a radio store, may still be, at least was a radio station in Western Washington. And They Might Be Giants was there. It was, I think Helmet played that show. They were great. I don't think they're still around. It was a really good, really fun concert, like kind of an all-day festival thing. They Might Be Giants have some of the wittiest lyrics. One of my all-time favorite lyrical lines is from a They Might Be Giants song titled A Self Called Nowhere, and it says, "Standing in my yard where they tore down a garage to make room for a torn down garage." And I'm like, that is just awesome. So anyway, yesterday's music today, it really reminds me of, they have I forget what the song is called, but the line says, "You're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older. And now you're even older, and now you're older still." I really wanted to play that one on Sarah's 40th birthday, but I couldn't find it. Nonetheless, yeah, great stuff. If you're not familiar with They Might Be Giants, if you're into any kind of like comedic rock, comedic pop type music, they are excellent. They are the kings of that. So I've seen them live, I believe, 6 times, at least 5, maybe 6, and they put on pretty killer show. They've got a lot of music they've put out, very cool stuff. Strongly urge people to check out They Might Be Giants. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, when I played through this album earlier today for the afternoon show, I realized that I was kind of in a bit of a Phrygian phase, and this next song is no different. Obscure Mysticism Cult said Helmet is still around. Put out a record a few years back. Yeah, that's cool that Helmet's still doing that. I'm glad they're around. I felt like they were just a really solid performance when I saw them. So I'm glad they're still making it work. That's cool. Nonetheless, this is another song in Phrygian. This is an F-sharp Phrygian. And as of course I have no doubt all of you know, that would be the same key signature as B minor or D major. So we're going to have 2 sharps, an F sharp and a C sharp. And later today, in a few songs, we're going to have some other sharp stuff going on that I think you're going to be looking forward to. And this is not one of my fun, silly song titles. This is one of those song titles that makes people think that I'm crazy. This is called A Reason to Bleed. So if you went to NFest in 2000, that makes sense because you've been stationed in Bremerton, and that I'm guessing they probably have it in the same place every year. I remember we went out to the Bremerton area for it. There's some fairground or some sort of a gathering area out there. So that's probably where it was. That makes a lot of sense. And that would have been, so I must have went in, well, I got out in 94, so I would have been there in 93. So beat you by a few years. So sorry I missed you there. All right. Again, for anyone who may be coming in a little on the later side, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We're playing my 53rd album tonight. It's called Partially Inexplicable. Yes, I do have some silly song titles on here. And then, of course, well, I mean, even my really brutal song titles are really still pretty silly, if you know anything about kind of how I comport myself, which a lot of you do. I've gotten to know a few of you of the gang. So, yes, but this is a place that we are all bound to go. This song is called Burial Chamber. I need water. So I'm going to drink some water. Now, it's crazy how I make those kind of connections. It's like, I need water, so I'm going to drink water. Where do I come up with this stuff? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I will tell you this though, I really appreciate the fact that I live in an area where I have such easy access to water. I really like to try to appreciate the small things in life. Like, heat. It's like 30 degrees outside, but I got a nice functioning furnace, house. My life's pretty good. I also got some good people in my life. I don't think Andy's on tonight, but this next song is dedicated to him. I've known Andy for, probably about 5-6 years. He's a super cool guy. He's a friend of Sarah's. And then I got to know him. He made a movie, kind of a monster flick kind of thing. Very cool. I forget what it's called or I would totally promote it. But I'm a dork, so I don't think of these things beforehand. But yeah, once Andy and I met, we actually met at a premiere of his film. It was playing at a little theater down in Seattle. We went down for it. Very fun night, and just a really cool guy. So this song is going out to him. Andy, if you happen to be out there watching, I hope you're doing well, my friend. We're gonna get a little F sharp minor action here. This one is called Transcendental Intuition. Oh, I haven't done that for a while. Got the wrong window active. Oh, I see what I did. Boom! All right, let's get all Transcendental Intuition. Dr. Gak, thank you kindly for the $5 that you threw on stage, and much appreciated. And yes, geology and tumble, my friend. Geology and tumble. Doing it. Geologying and tumbling. Boom! I'm drinking water, and I really need another slice of pizza as soon as I'm done here. So, we are moving in toward the end of the show. We got 11 songs on this album. We are moving in on number 9. And this one, picking it up a little bit here, kind of a medium-paced piece of music. It's called I've Been Looking for You. Hey, something good's about to happen. It's announcement time, because ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. This is one of our slower G sharp minor portions. This song is called The Goddess of the Sky. What do we got coming up here? In the event that we've got a few people watching on Nemo tonight, so thank you very much for coming in. If you're watching from any of the various platforms to which I stream, thank you very much for being here. You are appreciated. On Nemo, I can actually see it just says that people have entered the chat, so I don't know if they're still watching or if they're just coming on like, oh, dude, I don't like that guy's haircut, or like, that guy's awesome, or, no idea. But it doesn't matter. I appreciate people being here. So thank you very much. If you are not familiar with the show, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We are moving on to the last song of the evening here. And we had a little talk earlier. Therese was talking about Roswell, so I think that's going to be coming up next week. I think I'm going to put that on the docket for sure. I've been, kind of going back and forth, sometimes playing 2 albums per show, sometimes playing one. Another technical thing that I think I just recently figured out caused me some trouble when switching from one album to another. So I do want to test out doing another double album show. So maybe next week on at least one of the shows, maybe on both of them, we'll go for the double album thing. See how the new stuff works out. And hopefully it'll be good. But yes, I've had a very good time here with the show. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, for listening, for smelling the show. You are always appreciated from wherever you are, for being a part of what we do here at the Mad Poet Society. So, one more song this evening. This is one of these songs that I always feel like it's going to be real upbeat. And it's kind of not medium paced. But I still feel like the song title fits. Last song of the evening is called Excessive Focus. All right, every people, everyone out there, thank you very much for coming in. I've had a great time tonight. Again, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. That is my show for the night. I did want to mention that I've been working up some classical guitar stuff, and I am hoping to put some classical guitar into one of the upcoming shows. I may try to do that next week and kind of see how that works. I've also been thinking about just occasionally doing some random unannounced streams midweek, partially to test things out and partially just to see what happens. So there could be some things coming up. And yes, again, thank you, Dr. Gack, for the tip. If anyone tipped and I missed it, or if you tipped anonymously, thank you very much. If I missed anything in chat or any followers, again, apologies, but thank you for being here. You are appreciated. And I will be back next Friday at noon and 8 o'clock p.m. in the Pacific time zone. Adjust for your own time zone as necessary. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon, and I will see you